GangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
Let's get into some boxing now.
Yeah,
let's get into the meat.
Fuck all this cosplay shit.
Yeah, like we actually have boxing. Like I know, like boxing is, the offerings are pretty lean. Some are canceled because of COVID. Some are canceled because some niggas need an edge to win a fight. Kovalev.
Damn.
But at least for this one, the first offering for the year for PBC is actually one of the low-key ones, because obviously, as we mentioned before, PBC
is not toasted leaving, so I could respect it.
Yeah, no, it's not. Like PBC's been trying to do something with their 122 fighters. I know there have been talks of a tournament, and I think a lot of it now is like some unofficial shit going off. So now, we finally get the fight between newly crowned WBO Super Bantamweight champion Angelo Leo facing Stephen Coolboy Steph Fulton. Now,
we should have gotten last year.
Yeah, we should have gotten it last year, but Coolboy, decided that he wanted to mingle among people.
Yeah, Coolboy was COVID boy.
Yeah, and caught COVID, and that set, and then Angelo Leo had to face a cat from around my way, Tremaine Williams, for the vacant title. Now, and of course, there's even more, because PBC and the WBO don't necessarily have, a type of relationship. So the fact that it was actually competing on there was kind of something else.
Yeah, WBO was cheating on Aram.
You know what I'm saying? But so definitely now Leo and Fulton will finally happen. But before we get into that one, we actually have a fairly interesting undercard. The first fight would be, probably boxing's most hated fighter, Rolando Rolly Romero, with his 12-0, 10 knockout record.
Fake ass Ryan Garcia. Dollar Tree Ryan Garcia. Dollar Tree Ryan Garcia.
Basically, and now Rolly, unfortunately, he holds an interim belt, the WBA version of the one, GameStop belt.
Yeah, he's leasing an interim belt.
Yeah, I'm tired of these interim belts, and frankly, this guy should not even be called a champion of any sort. But of course, after that, his last fight where everyone was shitting him, but as I mentioned before in our year-end show, boxing is never really together. There's always people who have but everyone was in agreement that Rolly lost this damn fight, and people
except for Teofimo.
Teofimo.
Literally one person.
Yeah,
he lucky that one person ended up proving a whole bunch of other people wrong.
Yeah,
that was a bad branch to extend at that moment, because
you know what I'm saying. So he's the opener, and he's facing Justin Paldo. Now, Justin Paldo, out of all the 6 fights, he's the one I've never seen fight before. No, he's 14-1 with 7 knockouts. The only thing that we can hope for is, maybe Rolly. Now, everyone knows Rolly can punch. That's his boxing skills are ass. I'll be 100% real. This boy can't box for good goddamn, And he's employed camp.
He's like I said, he's literally a Dollar Tree Ryan Garcia. He has all the faults that Ryan Garcia has that I say that about Ryan Garcia that I don't like. Times that by 10 and you have Raleigh.
Yeah, it's like.
But damn, he don't have the strength that Garcia has, though.
Well, the only thing is he can punch. Raleigh has legit power in both hands. He's not.
That's cool, but it's like the trigger system fucked up. Because at least Ryan, he could pull it out in exchanges. He could see the punches. He got the leverage.
Raleigh is literally the guy that just holds the L1 button all the time just to unleash the haymaker.
Yeah, he's more Alex Saucedo than Ryan Garcia.
That's a great comparison. Yeah, great comparison. Obviously, the people he's knocked out. He doesn't have. He's gone through a lot of jobbers or whatever. Pretty much probably the best person.
So we don't even know if he's on Alex Saucedo level.
Yeah, pretty much the best person he's actually knocked out is a 5-0 fighter. Really.
Damn.
Yeah. You know, a lot of the cats are like, you know, like 10 and 4s, 12 and 6s, 11 6s, you know, stuff like that. You know, but he has legit power. But like I said, you know, dude is all power, no box. Like he never met a jab he didn't like.
So I mean, he can have legit power, but if it's that level of opposition, you know, it might be another Wilder situation.
Yeah, and like I said, and Justin Paul though, like I don't think there's a whole lot of stuff on him. I forgot to actually take a look to see what type of fighter he actually is, you know. But just off the strength of Rolly's struggle fighting, I'm willing to bet that maybe Paul will probably give him a hard time too, you know. And that's just without even seeing how he, how he fights, you know. So. But I mean, that should be interesting to see, you know, whether or not, you know, if Rolly's actually learned something, you know, since that fight back in either August or September.
I doubt it, man. This generation, they don't box enough.
Yeah, no, with the way he talking, like he felt like he won that fight, I doubt it.
Yeah, that pissed everyone off even more.
He caught a lesson and a half, like.
Yeah. Honestly, it was one. That's why I say it was really the worst robbery I seen last year, because there was no way that dude won with the score that got announced. Like, they were not even close. You know, and
It wasn't even PBC draw close.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, yeah, clearly
I'd still been pissed at a draw, but at least you know you can stomach it a little better. But
Jackson
it's not the same.
Yeah, having Jackson Miranda's like actually lose that fight after handing out a boxing lesson with the scores that he lost by was ridiculous. It was a pure robbery. You know, and you know, but Floyd, I don't think Floyd was ready to let that dude catch a zero on the catch an L on the cards just yet.
Yeah, you know, they might get a little preferential treatment, which makes me really look at the main event like that, because, you know, I think Fulton, you know, he got all the tools. He supposed to beat, you know, Leo.
No, yeah, he definitely. Yeah, because I mean, Leo. I'll say this though: Leo was not a guy that you can dissuade. Like, even when he in that title fight against Williams, like, even though he was getting outboxed like the first 2 or 3 rounds, like soundly, like dudes never stopped trying, and dude's pressure eventually broke that dude down. Like,
because he was getting outboxed and tagged though. Like Tremaine was like hitting him clean. It wasn't no like, you know, patty cake outboxing where, you know, you throwing little flurries and moving. Like, he was like really like landing.
Yeah, but I think that with Williams, like, he just didn't have enough. He didn't have enough. I wouldn't say snap. Like, he didn't have enough power behind his punches though.
Nah, I don't think he couldn't make no adjustments after Leo adjusted. Because to me, sometimes it ain't always about the power. It's how clean and regularly you can land. Because then the power start adding up. Like,
yeah, I do. Yeah, and I'm not saying like Leo is not a big puncher. I think Leo is probably maybe a 50% puncher. You know, like, you know, but his activity though, like, you know, he knows how to break the fighter down.
Yeah, he hits hard enough, and I think he, you know, those body shots he be really zoning in on. So.
Right, yeah, and that's what eventually wore down Williams, and then Williams pretty much by the end of the fight was like damn near in the shell almost, you know, because he was just like, he didn't know what to do. He was getting his ass whooped, you know.
It's close, man. Like Fulton, I think he's like a plus 150 favorite.
Yeah, yeah, like I said, Fulton is the goods boxing wise. Like, you know, like I say, his power is not, like I say, his power is like, it's average, you know. He hits hard enough to get your respect, but he's not a monster puncher at this weight, you know, at 122. You know, and honestly, I
have to beat Leo.
Yeah, you know, and I do think though, and just like you, man, I do think that, you know, Leo will probably have a hard time. Like, I mean, Leo had a hard time outboxing Tremaine Williams for like 3 rounds or whatever. You know, I think Fulton is like 10 times the boxer Tremaine Williams is.
But by the 5th round in the Williams fight, like, Leo already was taking over.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, he kind of wrestled it out of the 3rd and 4th round. And it's not like he was dominated. Like, he was still in the fight. You know, it's just he lost those rounds clean. With Fulton, I think Fulton will do a better job. You know, he uses the ring better.
He definitely does.
So he might be able to keep away from Leo a little better.
I mean, really, the only unknown factor for Fulton right now, I mean, does he take a good punch? I mean that, and then also too, he's been out of the ring for almost a year. In fact, when he fights, it'll be 2 days short of a year. So we'll know, if the long layoff will either help or hurt him in this fight.
Yeah, because he could be rusty and it take him a while to get going. Or he could be
the rust is more of a concern for me than the being able to take a punch.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, being out of the ring for so long, and and against someone like Leo of all people, so I mean, it could be interesting. Like,
it's not the punch I'm worried about. It's more like the relentlessness of Leo. Like,
yeah,
you could probably take a good couple shots from the dude every now and then through the course of a fight, but he don't want to get to the point where he's getting really outworked by dude and taking 3s and 4 good shots every round.
Yeah, because like the one fight I remember from Leo was from 2019 when he faced Cesar Juarez, and he beat the hell out of Cesar Juarez. Like, he beat him down. Like,
beat down. That was a beat down.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons, like, you can't let Leo hit you like that. Yeah, like, obviously you can't. You like hit him one a couple times, that's fine. But once you let that dude start going and start letting them combinations, like,
Yeah, once he starts going, like, he'll be hard to stop, and it's like, I don't like damn, Fulton got the tools, but see, it's hard because you make mistakes. Like, sometimes I side with the skill guy, then sometimes I side with the aggressive guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I made that mistake with the Ruben Villa and Navarrete.
Yeah,
I sided with the skill guy, and I don't think I was. Navarrete was the favorite, of course, but I thought Villa, I saw something in him. I was like, you know what? I think he do, and I still feel like he had the tools to win, but strategy, no, and the intangibles, no. This one is another one where it's like a part of me lean toward the skill guy, but then a part of me is like, man, I think the will guy of make shit happen, and the will guy got TMT behind him, man.
Yeah, but this skill guy isn't scary. He not gonna fight scary. I hope not.
Well, that's true, but it's like you never really know, because Ruben Villa never fought scary to me before.
Yeah, and then
he never fought anybody that would make him scary. So
exactly.
Yeah, and that was a rough fight, because Villa was just like, like once because he felt that power early, and it was just like,
oh shit, like I'm no bueno, I'm good.
Oh man, and
then, I don't know, like with this one, you got the same thing, and the thing is, Leo, the Williams fight helped him deal with skill guys,
right?
And I think sometimes
Fulton is more skilled to me than Williams.
Of course, but the thing is, at least you're familiar with dealing with somebody who has more skills than you and have the skills. Some people, they don't even get a chance to deal with that, and that could be the difference between winning a tough fight or losing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's how I looked at the Taylor prograde. Like, if Taylor didn't have those fights with Postol and Baranchek, he loses the prograde.
Yeah, that's true.
Prograde was looking better, but I don't think he was getting the experience fights that he needed to win a fight where he fights somebody on his level.
I mean, technically, the guys that he did beat in the WBSS tournament, like, they were good guys. They weren't like, they were,
but the fights itself didn't play out that way where he's going to get experience points.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm not saying that they were quality guys. That's why I rate the Taylor win so high, but the fights didn't end up like he wasn't going to experience nothing in those fights that was going to help him fight Taylor, is what I'm saying. Right. Whereas Taylor, he experienced shit in those fights that was going to help him fight prograde. And sometimes you need that. Like, I don't know if Fulton had a fight like that that's going to help him beat Leo. But I feel like Leo had a fight.
Leo's had it for sure. Fulton, I don't think so.
There you go. And see, and that's the difference. That's what I'm talking about. because sometimes you don't know what's gonna happen until they get in the ring. Like me personally, I did not think I would see Canelo move like he did in the damn first Golovkin fight. That surprised the fuck out of me. To see a guy who, you know, got tree stump feet get to running and shucking and jiving and shit, nigga, that blew me away. So and that's the thing. Like, you know, a lot of times we look at fights and we already have a preconceived narrative.
Oh yeah, I mean, anyone who says that they don't is bullshitting.
But it's up to you to fucking call it out and judge it and be objective with it and be like, hold on, well, I know I don't like running niggas, but he is kind of boxing them up while he's running.
Yeah, and I feel like this, like if Fulton can't really hurt him in the first half of the fight, you know, Leo's gonna take over. Like, I mean, significantly. I mean, that's one thing that I'm confident in saying. You know, it's not that. I mean, Fulton can outbox Leo, and that's another thing. But if Fulton can't find a way to really hurt him like that make him think twice about coming in, like he usually does, it will be a low. The second half will be all Leo. That's what I feel.
So shit. With that said, like, who y'all picking? Like who you got, King P?
I'm going with the cool boy. I'm going with Fulton. I just think Fulton is I mean, there's still a lot of variables to play out, but I'm going with the skill guy.
Ooh.
But it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be closer because Leo is a tough guy and Leo's gonna bring it. So I think it's gonna be close, but I think Fulton's gonna do enough to pull it out.
What score?
What's that?
What score?
I'd probably say like a 116, 112.
You see, that's what I have. I have it for Leo. I think Leo's gonna pull it out.
Oh shit.
I think Leo's gonna pull out 116, 112.
Word. I got it like 115, 113. I feel like I think it's gonna be close. I feel like there's gonna be a few people that's gonna want a rematch or run it back, or some people might feel like Fulton did enough.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Leo, just the momentum, the energy, his rounds are gonna look more in his favor. I think he's gonna win his rounds bigger. And then when you look at it, you know, he got the money team. You know, I think they'll give him the close fight. Cause I still see a close fight, but I feel like Leo winning it.
I see Leo winning the early rounds and then Fulton coming on strong late and pulling it out at the end.
So I see like a tussle at the end. Like I feel like Fulton's gonna be rusty, but Leo is gonna but the first rounds, I don't feel like Leo's gonna get going early. I feel like once it gets to like the third, fourth round, I feel like Leo gonna start getting going, and Fulton might have to make his stand at the end. But I think he just gets outworked. But you know, he's gonna have moments where he does. You know, he's cleaner. He's boxing cleaner, and so you know, we'll give him those. But I think we're gonna see a close fight. You know, just seeing Leo get it.
Yeah. And also, before I forget, I definitely got to highlight the second fight, the middle fight of the card, because I also think this fight also has the potential to actually upstage the main event. You know, and I'm talking about between Reese Aleem, who was also on the undercard for the Angelo Leo Tremaine Williams fight, like, you know, and that dude has power. Like,
yeah, Aleem impressed me.
Yeah, and then he's facing someone who super impressed me, like Vic Casillas. Like, he was on FS1. Like, now this dude is a story because he's been fighting since 2011. So, like, you know, he only 16 fights because he's had promotional issues. Like, this is someone that Luke used to talk about a whole lot. So, like, the last time he was out on FS1, like, dude looked like the absolute goods. Like, I mean, like, he laid a thorough ass whooping. Like, I was extremely impressed by the level of ass whooping that he handed out. You know, and You know, that's like when this fight was announced, I was like, oh shit! Like, you have two cats with real power. Like this fight is going to be explosive. Like I think this is the sleeper fight. Like, you know, I'll say
we got a good solid card from PBC. Then is what you're saying?
Oh yeah, no, yeah,
Basically.
Yeah, you know, basically.
Hold on, what is this on Showtime, Fox? What is this on?
It's on Showtime.
It's on Showtime.
Showtime.
Yeah, and of course it's at Mohegan Sun, and this is, you know, 2021 continues to, you know, it's like the carrot, the waving the carrot in front of me is like, no, Pat Scorp, you can't go there, you can't go to fight. This is COVID, haha. You know, this is Connecticut. You wish you can go there, can't you? So, you know, fucking, you know, it sucks too. Because I was hoping that at least it would be open to a few people, so at least I can go in. I want to see some World Championship boxing. God damn it, you know.
No, a more troll job for Pat Scorpio would have been them putting it in Boston.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You know, don't put that energy out in the air, bro, because that can, you know, I can see it now. Like they'll hold something at the TD Garden or some shit like that, or at Boston University or something.
Anthony Joshua fight.
Yeah, shit. They almost had the Tyson Fury fight in Volin in Boston. You know.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, of course, now I mean, Florida, however, is getting the fights now. I mean, they had a fucking Triple G fight, like you know, like
that was the only fight worth seeing. No one gave a damn about Jacobs and Rosado or Haney and fucking Gamboa.
Yeah, and I think apparently there's gonna be more Florida fights to come over there in this nigga's neighborhood. You know?
Yeah, just give us some real fights instead of these damn fucking Kung Fu Saturday retreads y'all doing. Like
like the one I know the one that's circulating around is whether or not Don King's gonna have that big struggle card at Hard Rock, you know, or not. You know, at the end of the month.
Pass.
I don't even want to watch.
Stop giving us the circus cards. Like, give us real fucking boxing, damn it.
Yeah, no, but fuck shit. Like, can you imagine? Like, Triple G in Florida in this nigga's neighborhood. Like, just like a year ago, we were like thinking that wasn't even possible.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, I wouldn't think that, you know, PBC would be having all these fucking cards in Connecticut, you know, where it's in driving distance for me and I can't.
Man, they could hold the card on the fucking pyramids as long as that bitch is better than that Ortiz card from last year.
Facts.
They add that shit on an aircraft carrier in fucking international waters. I don't give a damn. Don't give me no more Luis Ortiz cards.
Yeah, unless he's facing, you know, someone that could actually challenge him, and PBC has some heavyweights that they can easily. Folks, I think PBC's probably.
Yeah, they never want to give him anything though. So what's the point?
Yeah, because they kept trying to make him Wilder's rival that no one cared about.
Yeah, and Wilder, as struggle as his boxing was, knocked him the fuck out 2 times. You know, so it's like no one wants to see a third fight.
Yeah, for real.
You know, but yeah, PBC definitely, you know, there was some good matchmaking done this card, you know. So we're hoping that on paper this plays out in the ring, you know, like I said, because I mean, you know, it's been 3 weeks since we had, you know, boxing, you know, and we need some good boxing to watch because, you know, we're not getting any real. Although we are getting boxing on Wednesday too, but you know, Showtime Showbox, the new generation, opens up with I think either a triple header or
the new generation to open up to be on a future PBC card on Showtime like Saturday, which doesn't have that much star power. What are they fighting for again?
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I was like, which card?
That's the problem. The fucking Showbox cards are like the same level of a Showbox Championship card or a fucking PBC Fox card.
Well, I mean, I think the difference with the Showbox cards are because before the Showbox, like the fights they used to fight in there, they used to have like their reputation used to precede them. Here, it's not the case. These days, it's not the case. Because
the sport's evolving, but the matchmaking and the programs ain't.
Yeah, I used to watch Sean Porter on them Showbox. I used to rip him to shreds. I was like, yo, this guy's
dude. That's what I'm saying. We saw Sean Porter, we saw Hatton, we seen all types
Andre
of levels.
Ward, Andre Ward when he was actually scoring knockouts.
Now it's like, okay, we seen a nigga who he scored 2 knockouts on the last month World Star Fight comp. Like that's the type of shit it is. Like, oh yeah, so we got
not even
Marcus from Burger King. He scored an upset KO over the manager who called him in last week and was rude.
Yeah, I mean,
This is the shit we at, nigga.
Yeah, I can't honestly think of the last time we had a fight of the year candidate on one. I mean, I know Baranchuk had a fight of the year candidate on that shit years ago.
That don't count. Like motherfuckers like him going to get in a fight of the year anywhere. Like, that doesn't make your point. Like, I'm sure that's like saying, well, you know, Gotti attended a Showbox card. Like, yeah, I'm sure. Like, all the Atlantic City cards, like. Like the energy he brings, like, come on, man, like.
Yeah, no, but like I said, I mean, at least, I mean, it's boxing. Like I said, they're prospects, but yeah, I mean, I'm only familiar with one because he's actually from Connecticut, Mike Ron Williams. You know, I know people who know people that know him, so it's like that's the only reason why I'm gonna watch the card, but you know, so it's just like, yeah, you know, Showbox.
They gotta work their way up to where they get talked about, like on a regular, you know, podcast.
For sure. Yeah, you know,
because if there's no separation in the sport, they're gonna be fucking separating on the damn media part. I promise you that.
Facts.
Like y'all niggas is giving us the same cards, but y'all calling it the same. Like y'all giving us the same cards, but the matchmaking is worse.
yeah. Showbox. I mean, Showbox has a way to rebuild. I mean,
yeah.
You know, from what it was before, like, you know, a Showbox card used to be like, yeah, you heard of these niggas, like they're trying to take it to the next level, which would either be.
Now it's like, well, you know, my cousin started boxing. Oh, word. Yeah, I could get him on this card here in Showbox.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's like, he's 3-2. Like, nah, fuck all that.
Yeah, but at least there's boxing. So, I mean, there's boxing on Wednesday, and then there's boxing on Saturday, and then, you know.
Yeah, fuck all that shit. We got one more topic.
We do.
Yeah, y'all niggas gotta give us better cards for me to be damn, you know, talking about it a little longer than that.
Word. So, Pete, lead us off on our final topic of the evening.